Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Youthman. Over the weekend, I had a lot of fun comparing Klipsch's R-115SW to SVS's brand new PB-3000 subwoofer. So before we jump into the video, if you're into home theater, audio, and video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified when the next video drops. All right, guys, over the weekend, man, I had a blast. Literally, I had a blast. I have had the Klipsch reference premiere system in my home theater for several months now. Been playing with the R-115SW subwoofers. Have a pair of those. Those have been some great performing subwoofers. Definitely a great bang for your buck because they're hitting at about $6.99 right now on sale, originally $8.99. So you can pick those up on Amazon, get a pair of those for just a really, really sweet price. But I was really wanting to see how well do the R-115 subwoofer, how does that single subwoofer compare to the single SVS PB3000 subwoofer. So over the weekend, I had two videos I wanted to check out. First one, of course, I love Infinity War. Infinity War has some incredible LFE. It's got just some great scenes in it. And so first I put the R-115SW kind of to the test. So I threw in Infinity War, went to my favorite scenes. Now some of those, there's a scene where they're in Wakanda. There's a lot of LFE that happens in Wakanda. You've got the kind of like the bombarding down on top of the dome. When those explosions are hitting, the R-115SW had a lot of authority. It sounded really, really great. Wasn't overbearing in this room. My room is 13 by 19 with 10-foot ceilings. So it's a decent sized room for a single 15-inch subwoofer. But I believe it performed very well. Definitely some great solid LFE. Didn't bottom out, wasn't boomy, wasn't distorted in any way. So definitely performed really, really good. But then I went to a little bit further scene. Further in the movie, there's a scene where Thor is flexing his guns like Youthman. Well, nah, he's a lot smaller than mine, of course. He was in front of the Stormbreaker and he's grabbing a hold of the handles, and so he's trying to hold this thing open. And he's flexing it big time, and you got this big blaze of flame and fire all around him, and it's going crazy. The R-115SW subwoofer didn't handle that the best. There was just some frequencies in it that I don't know if it was chuffing that I heard, which is basically when the air is kind of forced out of the port in such a way that it just makes this funky kind of sound. Didn't really sound like it was bottoming out by any means. It just didn't sound like clean. So I was like, I wasn't really excited about that, to be honest with you. And then somebody had recommended I've got to check out Aquaman. And so I popped in Aquaman, and oh my goodness, man, there's some ridiculous LFE in that. I had no idea. I'd heard a lot of you guys mention Aquaman. You got to check out Aquaman. I'm not sure how good the story is, but just for sound demo, what I heard, I didn't watch the whole movie, didn't have time to. But what I heard really just mostly in the beginning, I think I skipped a couple chapters ahead. Man, that sounded pretty awesome. Definitely, like I said, I love the way that the R-115 sounded. So then I swapped subwoofers. I put the SVS PB3000 in. Went back through those same demos. So first fired up Infinity War, went back to the same scenes, the Wakanda scene. Oh man, this room was hitting pretty hard. Before I forget, I did have both of them calibrated at the same volume. So I went into my Marantz SR8012, went into the levels, made sure they were both set at 80 dB, and then I had the volume on the receiver set at 0 decibels, in the actual volume of it. So both the subwoofers were kind of level matched. So they should, kind of be apples to apples as far as the settings go. But man, the PB3000, honestly guys, that was impressive. Really, really impressive. Just a lot of LFE. I mean, just a lot of authority. Put it this way, I'll just make it really simple. Listening to the R-115SW, it was great, man. I enjoyed what I heard. liked what I heard. When I fired up the PB3000, this right here happened. Honestly, I'm sitting here watching the movie, I'm like, dang. And so I began to smile. And I don't know about you, but I love speakers and subwoofers and components that bring a smile to my face. That's kind of part of how I gauge how much I like a product. If I'm watching a movie and it's like, that's cool, that's good. That's not near as exciting as going, holy crap, what did I just experience? And you get this overwhelming sense of movement in the PB3000. I mean, my whole body was feeling it, my legs, my arms, my chest. It was awesome. And so when they began to attack Wakanda and that top shield, man, it was just, when they, I remember when they started running at the enemy and you hear this, it's a real slow rumble and then it just builds and builds and builds and builds. And then right as the drone flies over everybody that's running, man, it just really got intense in here. So that was cool. And then the part where you've got the blades that kind of come up and they start crashing through the forest, parting the trees, and then they dig underneath the dome and come up through the ground. Man, this room was intense. It was really, really shaking. And so then, of course, I wanted to see, okay, will the PB3000, will it be able to handle that scene where Thor is inside the Stormbreaker? And so fast forwarded to that, Thor grabs the handles. I mean, he's shaking and pulling on these handles. The flames just were engulfing him, and there was some serious rumble, okay? Serious rumble, and it was clean. Sounded really, really good. Man, it sounded really good. So very impressed with that. So I'm like, man, all right, let's head on over to Aquaman. Let's see what it's got to offer. You know, if Thor sounded good, Aquaman had these really deep notes. Definitely seemed like a lot more of the lower frequencies, the lower registry. So pop in Aquaman. Oh my goodness, that I'm ready to watch that entire movie now with the PB3000. And so definitely, if I were to compare a single R-115SW Klipsch subwoofer to the SVS PB3000 subwoofer, honestly, I don't think, I mean, hands down, I would give the SVS the lead on that. Just a lot more output. It really did. It had a lot more output. And then on those lower frequencies, at least in that one scene, it handled that a whole lot better than the R-115SW subwoofer did. You know, a lot of you guys had mentioned in the comments on some of the previous videos that I did in comparing the R-115SW with the SVS PB3000 using REW, which is Room EQ Wizard. And we began to look at how do they physically measure up, just kind of with a calibrated microphone using REW. And definitely the R-115 didn't have as much output as the PB3000, but a lot of you guys, and even myself, said, you know, hey, what if you got a pair of these? So there's $800. Well, I guess it's $699 and then double that, so it's $1,400. This is $1,400, so you could get 2 subs for the price of 1. Honestly, I haven't done 2 subs and, you know, compared the dual R-115SWs with the PB3000 in that real world test. But honestly, I'm beginning to wonder, because like I said, I've had these duals in my theater room for about 3 months now. And like I said, they sound great, but it's not amazing, crazy bass. And it's definitely not super, super deep bass. And so, I don't know. I think in a real world scenario, that would be a fun match, that's for sure. I may be able to do it in here in another video if you guys want to see that. But honestly, man, I'm really intrigued with the 3000, the PB3000. It's got my interest, it really does. And so I'm definitely going to be comparing that to the smaller SB3000, doing some real world tests on that. Might be doing some more REW videos and comparing them. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you just my initial impressions. You know, of course, this is not a review, but just my initial impressions of the SVS PB3000 subwoofer. Guys, it's a pretty bad mama jama. Lots of LFE, lots of power, lots of authority. It's definitely not my, you know, I've got dual PB 16s behind my 150-inch screen. It's definitely not that kind of authority. I mean, that's like rattle your teeth kind of authority. But man, these guys, super impressive. And so I'm really looking forward to watching like an entire movie, watching Aquaman with the PB3000, and maybe even, you know, swap it out mid-movie or whatever with the SP3000 to see how that compares. So definitely I'll have more videos on those two subwoofers. Well, I just wanted to share with you my initial impressions of the PB3000, kind of comparing that to the R-115SW in a real world scenario. And so, like I said, I'm super impressed with this guy. I think he packs a lot of punch for a pretty relatively small cabinet. And so if you're interested in either one of these subwoofers, I'll have links to it down in the description below. Definitely go check out Aquaman. That movie, I think it's got some incredible demo material on that. In the near future, I'll have a cool contest I'll be sharing with you probably in the next week, so you guys can win some free cool stuff. And so we'll be announcing that here on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed. And as always, guys, you have a blessed week, and we'll catch you in the next video.